Hey everybody, it's Van Time with Chuck and Deb, and today we're going to talk about simplicity. Simplicity. That's a hard word for me to say. Simplicity. We were talking to our good friends Bud and Denise yesterday, and we had a great discussion about what people tend to do with their methods or tools or even in discussion. So we want to talk about keeping it simple today. So what are some of the things that we've learned about keeping things simple?
Well, I think one of the major lessons is if it's simple, then it's more likely to reproduce. Other people are going to be able to do whatever it was that you did.
Yeah. And I think there's two different ways that we tend to look at things. We tend to look at how much knowledge that we're getting out of a particular tool or lesson, whatever we're doing. And then the second thing that we're looking through is the lens of a mature believer versus a baby Christian. So how does that impact us, and what are some of the things we've learned about those two lenses, knowledge and mature Christians?
Well, I think an example is like sharing the gospel. Like there's a simple tool we use called the Two Kingdoms, and you just use your hands, and go through it, and you can do it in probably under a minute. And I was talking to a person who had been a believer for a while, and they had made that into something that was complicated. It took 20 minutes to explain, and you had to have a piece of paper and a pencil. And so I think that there's always a desire to want to explain things fully and in a rich way, when really a simple way is probably going to communicate more easily, definitely more quickly, and it probably will have a similar impact to the hearer.
Yeah. I was thinking about this morning. I was thinking about Jesus answering the hardball questions from religious leaders. And I don't think any of his answers, if you read them out loud, any of his answers would be any more than 10 minutes long if you read them out loud. And I think most of his answers would probably be less than 2 minutes. And so here's the master teacher. And when he's given the most difficult questions, he answers them in the most simple way. And so we're not trying to be simplistic or simpleton, but we are trying to put the cookies on the lowest shelf so that folks can get this and reproduce it. Now, hon, what's the difference between reproducing and reproducible?
Well, I think almost anything is reproducible. Like the house that we live in, you could build another house exactly like it, but it's going to take you a long time, especially if you're not knowledgeable in the area of building. But it's probably not going to happen very many times, if at all.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if I make a simple house with graham crackers and frosting, that's simple, and it's very easy to be reproduced, and it happens all the time at Christmas with gingerbread houses. So even kids can do it.
Yeah. So, and there is a balance between simplicity and potency. So you have to look at that. But what we're finding is that it can be super simple and super potent at the same time. a lot of us, when we see things, our first question is, what can we add to it to make it better? I think our first question should be, what can we subtract from it to make it better, more simple? And so those are some things that we want to consider with tools and lessons and things like that. All right, I hope this has been helpful to you. If it has been, go ahead and pass it on. Until next time, keep making disciples until
There's no place left.
all right.
I don't know.